We have a massive Oiler trade update as an NHL insider reveals the latest targets for the team between the pipes. It's Black Friday, everyone's searching for a deal, and the Oilers themselves looking for a deal of their own there. We will break down the options for the Oilers in this video today and a whole lot more, some updates from yesterday's practice ahead of tomorrow's game against the Seattle Kraken. Make sure you stay tuned here to Oilers Digest for all the latest. You never know what's going to happen with this team, with the way the state of the team is. Again, very unpredictable, so make sure you stay locked here to Oilers Digest, as nearly 72% of you watching these videos haven't hit that subscribe button down below. Now, without further ado, folks, the Oilers still one more sleep before their next game against the Seattle Kraken there. It's an afternoon one, 2 o'clock Mountain, so it'll be a very early one there. The Oilers trying to get back at it, and the Oilers trying to shake off that 8-3 loss there. And some other news here from yesterday's practice from Jason Gregor. Kasperi Kapanen left the ice looking very frustrated. Looked like he injured himself in a drill, and it was the last drill of practice there, so he's very close to return. And it looks like, all that progress for Kapanen just completely wiped out there. And, he's going off the ice, throwing all the sticks around off the stick rack there. So at least one Oiler is showing emotion there. Some other updates here from Tony Brar. Of course, there was the Kapanen update. Knoblauch didn't have anything after that. The Nuge is back tomorrow against the Kraken. Nugent-Hopkins and Kris Knoblauch are cleared and expected to be in the lineup tomorrow. Jack Roslovic, a bit of a minor note here, but he's questionable for Saturday there. I do believe he took a puck off the foot there, so questionable against the Kraken. And then Jake Wollman skated earlier this morning, still day-to-day there. And there was some other media news from the Oilers scrum yesterday, one of which included Jim Matheson there from the Edmonton Journal saying to Stuart Skinner, the fans, every time they turn around, they want another goalie. They don't want you. That must hurt. Or does it? There's a difference between, letting, your subjective thoughts out in a newspaper, and then there's another one where you're pretty much, trying to speak on behalf of, every Oiler fan saying they don't want Stuart Skinner. Just completely unprofessional here, but at least Stu was professional, saying that's happened a lot here. No, it happens anywhere around the league. Goalies need to come up with big saves at big times. It's just part of the game there. Stuart Skinner is seen time and time again, the Oiler media just throwing players under the bus here and saying, yeah, we don't want you. You got to go to another team here. It hasn't just happened with goalies, Devin Dubnyk, to say the least, but, also with defensemen. Defensemen get the second most scrutiny on this Oiler team there. Currently it's happening with Evan Bouchard in the past, Jeff Petrie, Justin Schultz, Tom Pody. Back in the 80s, Paul Coffey was, criticized as playing, absolutely no defense and just focusing on the offensive part of the game there. But good on Stu to sort of stand up and say, yeah, I'm a goalie. This happens. I don't care if the fans don't want me or not. Just, you got to get through it. And you have to, just keep lifting yourself up there. And it's no fault of the defense. They're hanging Stu out to dry. It's a two-way street here. It's 100% true the Oilers are sieve-like defensively from Elliot Friedman there with a lot of, stats that are very, very scary there. I'm reading these and it's like, yeah, these aren't the same Oilers from last year. 25th in shots against from the slot on the cycle, 29th from the slot overall, and 30th from the slot against the rush, according to Sport Logic. Yeah, you do need Prime Hashtag against those numbers. And McDavid, after the Dallas game, saying, you know what, we were awful in front of Stu, so it's good for him to stick up for his goaltender there. But that doesn't stop the goalie rumors from continuing on here, according to ESPN's Kevin Weeks. I'm told two-time NHL All-Star and Penguins goalie Tristan Jarry is among the goalies drawing significant interest as a potential option for the Oilers. Keep in mind, he played in Edmonton with the Oil Kings there. That last part, a little bit redundant there. A lot of Oil Kings are in the NHL right now. They brought back Curtis Lazar, and the first the first point when the Oilers brought back Curtis Lazar, or did bring Curtis Lazar onto the team, is, yeah, he played for the Oil Kings. Okay, what has he done in the NHL? But it's just kind of funny in my own opinion there. But for Tristan Jarry, I've seen very polarizing opinions on him from both Oilers and Pens fans. I've seen Oilers fans going, okay, you know what, it's worth a shot, and then Penguin fans going, okay, yeah, no, I'll take him to the airport myself, folks. Let's get him off this team here. But for Elliot Friedman on 32 Thoughts, the written 32 Thoughts, not 32 Thoughts the podcast, after Tuesday's 8-3 Dallas destruction, the Oilers have no choice but to ask themselves if it is time to trade Stuart Skinner for their benefit. In his, I understood their philosophy. Don't waste resources on a lateral move, because with the limited chips you have, you might only get one shot at being right adding on. One of the reasons the Oilers wanted to work so badly is Skinner's budget-friendly 2.6 AAV in a tight cap situation. I mean, yeah, with Skinner and Pickard, it was a very valuable tandem here, but I feel like, yeah, of course, everyone's saying it has run its course. They felt very strongly that they had to know they were getting a guaranteed upgrade to give up on that. Now, you have to ask yourself, are you losing by not trying to come out even? Is there a situation where you feel someone will be rejuvenated in Edmonton, like Skinner might be elsewhere? The other question you have to ask, will a change lift our team? Is this weighing on them too? I mean, I've seen various, theories on Twitter saying the Oilers play better in front of Pickard, in difference to Skinner. But, I mean, yeah, there's a little bit of a difference there. But, I mean, what we saw in the Columbus game, when Pickard started that, it was more of the same there. The Oilers getting beaten, Pickard getting beat, close to, 8 or 9 times they're counting the posts. But the Oilers, again, I feel like they back themselves into a corner here. I mean, you make a move, and it's either a lateral, or you obviously lose the move, or you don't make a move at all, and the Oilers the Oilers fans just keep continuing to go, yeah, this management doesn't care at all there. And I mean, Jarry, he has his history. I mean, he's very consistent, this year, but comparing that to, last year, when he was sent to, the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins after clearing waivers. I mean, he was on waivers, didn't exactly have himself the best year there. But again, as I mentioned, Penguins fans, Penguins Jesus, I will personally drive him to Edmonton. Matthias saying, yeah, I know he's fantastic, bargain contract, proven superstar. We'll fly to Alberta for free and then build the statue for Dubas if he makes this happen. And then the Penguins fans, that second last one, they'll even take a bag of pucks in return for Jarry there. I mean, they have their all of their hopes behind Tristan Jarry here. It's just very interesting to see, the two fan bases, Edmonton, with Stuart Skinner. It's like, yeah, we wanted to make it work, but it just sucks. And with Jarry and the Pens fans, it's like, yeah, nope, get him out of here. I don't care. But yeah, with Jarry and Skinner, does it feel like a little bit of a lateral move? Absolutely. But I mean, at this point, how much worse could it possibly get? The Oilers trading to get Jarry to replace Skinner. They're pretty much the same goaltender. But, change of scenery does work for most goaltenders there. And again, what do you have to lose, folks? What do you have to lose with trying something new here? I mean, yeah, Jack Campbell, but that was then, and this is now there. I mean, Jarry has been a little more consistent in his NHL career comparing to Jack Campbell, and I see the narrative behind, Jarry being a playoff choker here, but I mean, that's a very small sample size here. He's only played 8 career games. Sure, the 2021 series against, I do believe it was the New York Islanders there. Yeah, it wasn't, the best, but again, you can't base a goalie playoff-wise, at least after 8 games there. And you compare him to another trade target with, Jordan Binnington. This is only for this season there. Again, a little bit of a small sample size here. Skinner's played 18 games. Jarry only played 8. But, I mean, the stats, they are in Jarry's favor here. And the Penguins, defensively haven't been the most solid team. But Jarry is still, trying to build up his confidence back in the crease there. So maybe the Pittsburgh Penguins are trying to sell high on Tristan Jarry for the Edmonton Oilers, and that could potentially drive the price up there unless the Penguins want to retain on that $5.375 million contract. There still has 2 years remaining on it there, and I mean, yeah, most of these stats, very encouraging there. The 914 all-situation save percentage, the goals against average, the PK save percentage, that's a big one there. It's not that much higher than Stu's, but nonetheless there. I just want to watch an Oiler game where I don't have to constantly worry about the goaltending there. And from Chris Johnson, whether it's Tristan Jarry or someone else, I do think the Oilers have to be considering everything here, and that everything is relating to the Bakersfield Condors here, not just, Jordan Binnington of the St. Louis Blues, but also trying to realize, hey, are our guys in the minors, doing the work necessary to potentially be called up? And the answer is no there with, Tompkins and Ingram not exactly posting the most desirable stats there, 3.49 and a 3.61 goals against average, and then, yeah, save percentages that don't even touch 900. So with the Oilers in the goaltending situation, I mean, it's just going to keep continuing to be like this until something does happen there. That rumor mill is getting its work out. But that is it for today's video, folks. Let me know down in the comments what you think about Tristan Jarry, and would you trade Jarry for Skinner there, or would you try to get, Calvin Pickard out of that situation? I know, Calvin Pickard's not exactly the most, desirable of trade bait, but I would much rather a Skinner in Jarry tandem than a Jarry in Pickard tandem. But again, let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Enjoy the rest of your Friday, folks. Hopefully, you get that deal you've been searching for. Take care. I'm Matt.